Well, after a month of working on this, like a week and a half on editing alone, this video is finally done. It is over an hour long. I look like a mess. I've been working on it like for the last 2 days straight. I've barely gotten any sleep, but it's here. Please guys, enjoy this video, get some laughs out of it. And also, this might be strange to ask, but if you guys could give me like a bit of feedback too, like what you liked, what you didn't like about this video, that would very much be appreciated as well. And remember, if you guys did like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. It'll notify you when my next videos are out. Hopefully it doesn't take like a month like this one. I've also been live streaming more often. I actually did the first Sherlock Holmes games like twice over this YouTube instead of my Twitch, which I usually did. So if you're subscribed, you'll also know when I go live on YouTube. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Finally, my income tax is in. I could use these to pay some bills, maybe pay off a credit card or two. There's like just so much potential I could use for this. I'm from Sony Entertainment. Who are you? I'm here to present you a new product that I'm sure you'll love. Ooh, what's that? Income tax? Here, I'll just take that, and here you go. Enjoy. Hey, hold up. Have fun. Bye. Okay. I guess I own a PlayStation VR 2 now. Let's talk about it. I didn't get the first PSVR on launch day. In fact, I don't even know if I had the PS4 at the time. I bought the PS4 Pro. But I have to say, a lot of those games were great. Now, a lot of them, in my opinion, were definitely overpriced. Batman VR and Star Wars Vader Immortal, to point out a few. Batman VR was like $20 for an hour-long game that was basically just a glorified tech demo. And no, you don't really do anything in it. And Vader Immortal was $10 for each part. That was 3 parts. I don't know why they sold it like that, forcing you to buy all 3 separate parts for a total of $30. And again, it was pretty short, but at least it had a little bit more in like a short adventure, and at least there was like some endgame content to it. But there were some good games. To name a few, there was Beat Saber, Blood and Truth, and Skyrim VR. So when the PSVR 2 was announced, I immediately wanted to get it and try it out, and talk about it in a video. So, $600 later and about $400 extra for video games, I have the PSVR 2. Splish. That's right, you heard me correctly. I got the Horizon VR game bundle with the headset, which is priced at $600, not counting tax. The headset itself was, if I remember correctly, $550. For reference, the PS5 was $500, and you need the PS5 for this VR headset. So already, this VR headset, if you don't have a PS5, is going to cost you like $1,000. And no, you can't just use a PS4 for it, it's a PS5 only. And the PS5 was already hard to get with scalpers and shortages, and I don't even know if they got that fixed yet. So the question of the day is the PSVR worth it on launch day? Well, I got a bunch of games, let's try them out. I bought 13 games, 1 free game, and 2 games that I already owned ahead of VR update. So let's see how these games are. Okay, to be honest, 2 of those games I have not played yet, Moss 1 and Moss 2. Moss 1 was on the original PS4, and I never played it, and I didn't want to start Moss 2 without playing 1, but I did hear good things about Moss, so I figured 2 should be a fun time. But first things first, let's talk about the headset itself. The box was pretty difficult to get out. Not the outside box, but like the box the headset was in. I don't like ruining the boxes from consoles, and I accidentally tore this up a bit, so instead I just left everything in, lifted the lid, and took the headset and everything else out one at a time. Initial impressions were positive. The controllers felt nice. They look like the VR controllers PC VRs use nowadays with the circle thing. Comparing it to the PSVR controllers, which were just regular Move controllers for the PS3 that they had left over in the factory, and I can already tell these are going to be way better. Oh, and here's a cameo from my dog Ozzy. Say hi to Ozzy, everyone. The controller and the headset don't have the lights on them that the PSVR had. It's just a bunch of cameras, so I can already tell the PSVR 2 isn't going to need the lights for the cameras, which in my opinion held the PSVR headset back a ton. The PSVR 2 also only has like 1 wire that just connects directly to the PlayStation, unlike the PSVR 1, which had multiple wires and like a cable box you had to connect it to, including a power source. So already, this is a plus. But, you know, people don't buy this just for the headset, they play it for the games. So let's try some of them out and see how they are. Now I want to point out that I only played about like an hour or two, maybe more, just to give them a first look and see if it's worth getting the VR headset overall. Some games I might go back and do like a full review on. I did spend a lot of money on this headset, so I might as well get its money's worth. First on the chopping block, let's do the game that came bundled with the VR, Horizon Call of the Mountain. I played the first one, I liked it, but I didn't get very far in it, and luckily you don't need to play those two to enjoy this one. I think. Oh wait, first we have to set up the headset, learn how to put it on, and then set the play area. Okay, on to the game. The game starts with us on a boat.
There'll be machines ahead.
What are you doing? Kavad.
If the boat goes over, it'll drown in these chains.
So he drowns.
Can you take this off my head?
Kavad.
Hey, you. You're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right?
We're playing as, the guy. Yeah, I never really bothered learning about the guy, but that doesn't mean he can't exposit every chance he gets.
Will Marad really offer me a pardon if I get Dodd's grasp? They're not gonna forgive the shadow of Edaman just like that. There must be a catch. It is beautiful up here. I've been away from the mountains for too long. Father wanted to bring Orid and I here when we were kids, but every year the machines got more dangerous.
So we're captured by Girl and Other Guy, two people who aren't in the original game. We were captured because of something I think happened in the original game. And apparently we're going down the equivalent of the Jurassic Park water ride at Universal with a bunch of machines, which are apparently dangerous, but not dangerous enough that we can't just swim on by. I also noticed that as I was playing, when my fingers touched the controller, not pressed it, just touched it, my guy's hands would close up. That was pretty neat. I also looked around and gotta say, it might not look amazing on screen, but in the actual VR with like depth and perception and stuff, it does look like I'm staring at an actual world. I wish the physics was a little more real, like I was able to scoop up water, but that's a very minor complaint. So, just after 6 minutes of me just sitting here watching what is essentially an extended cutscene, we somehow ended up in deep water.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
It's a snap maw.
Get to the dock.
Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over.
Oh great, now I'm underwater with a giant robot crocodile. I ain't dying tonight, I'll tell you that much.
Give me your head. I'll get to you.
Hang on, guy, who I know nothing about, who's definitely gonna live through this, and... Well, shit. I started playing this game with locomotion controls, meaning I held down 2 buttons and swung my hands back and forth, but I eventually switched to the use of analog sticks, which I felt more comfortable with. One thing I don't like is that my hands are floating like I'm Rayman, which, again, isn't that big of a deal, but even my shadow is just floating hands. I don't know, I just thought technology was advanced enough that I could see my whole body. We also get the bow here, which is always nice. I remember going with the bow mostly in Skyrim VR because of how well the bow was. So, after some climbing, I find myself in a camp, which I quickly trashed. Oh look, an abandoned house. Let me just go in and, oh look, a little toy I can actually play with. Yeah, let's clean the dishes. Whoops. Oh wait, I have an idea. Let's play William Tell. But don't I need an apple to be on my head? Nah, you'll be fine, don't worry. Oh well, I guess he's dead now. Grab the key, use the key to unlock the door, and now I want the key. Give me back the key, give me back the key! Okay, I got it. You know what? I don't want it anymore. Fuck your pottery!
I threw it on the ground!
Ah, no way, a flute! Let me play you a song of my people. Fuck these plates! Damn, fuck this whole camp! Break everything! Oh wow, look, a wall with paint on it. And this is my blank canvas. It's time for me to make my masterpiece. Let's see, once more, and done. What a masterpiece. Okay, moving on, we go to our first combat. We just walk in a circle to dodge attacks with the occasional leaning to duck under while we shoot at the creature. There is infinite arrows, so there's really nothing to worry about ammo-wise. And you even get a chance to craft additional arrows, like fire and shock arrows. And every time you gotta do a crafting minigame, but I found out it's a lot faster if you just grab the stick and then move it to the parts instead of the other way around. After this level, we were recaptured and then brought to the king. I think this guy's the king, and he gives us our mission to stop a thing. And we also meet Aloy, and oh my god, she's so tiny and cute. Look at her! I can't believe how tiny you are. Look how tiny.
Counting on you. I hope you find your brother.
Bitch.
So overall, I had a good time with Horizon Call of the Mountain, and we'll probably get back to it to complete it. And it is a PSVR 2 exclusive, so it's going to go in the win corner. Next game, Swordsman VR. Now I did play this on the first PSVR, and I liked it then. I would say that the motion controls needing a camera to track the ball lights, it did hurt it tremendously. Same with Skyrim VR. Every time the controller went behind you, or way high up, or anywhere that interrupted the camera looking at the light, the whole thing just stopped working on you, and you can see your hand drift slowly away. Here, it's almost fixed completely. So the game starts with us walking through a portal, and oh, by the way, for some reason, the capture footage has the camera off a bit to the left from where I'm actually looking in this game. I have no idea why that is. It also looks like that on the TV, and I don't know why it's like that or how to fix it, so sorry about that. So this guy, I think I'm gonna call him Maurice. Maurice here greets us.
I know what you seek.
Hellos.
I pray you never find the Jotun.
Gesundheit? Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea what the fuck this guy is talking about, and I have no idea if he even comes back later in the story. So let's just move on to the main attraction. Here we go, me versus the pirates. Let's go, and where's my weapon? Where's my weapon? Aw man, I accidentally unarmed myself before this fight. Well, alright, time for fisticuffs. Let's go, savvy. Yeah, you like that? You like that? Time to give him the old 1-2. Or just 1. And now I have a cutlass. Time to fight this guy. Alright man, now's your time for death. Take this and ah, shit. Now, let me get my sword back and aha, stab! Arena seems to be what you'll be doing the most during this game, and if you do play this game, I highly recommend you play Arena for the first few hours. Cause every time you win, you get experience points and gold, which you can use to level up and buy better gear, which you are definitely going to need, especially against the armor physics. And let's face it, the other crappy physics in this game. I'm sorry, this is a great game and it's very groundbreaking, but realistic sword fighting? I'm not too sure. For example, sometimes the swords just don't want to do damage. I had them just gently rub against my opponent. The AI isn't that great either. The animations are kinda basic. They always seem to want to do one of 3 moves, and they don't even seem to want to block at all. I had several instances where I stabbed a dude through the heart, or at least a very vital area, and he was still walking around. During an execution, I tried slicing a dude's throat, you know, something totally normal and not crazy, but it wouldn't let me do it, so I ended up trying to saw his neck off before I decided to just stab him in the face. Again, like a normal sane person. I even bought a mace. You know, the weapon's designed to specifically damage armor, but here I am, swinging against an armored samurai like I'm hitting him with a dead fish.
Okay, here goes. 99 bottles of funk on the wall, 99 bottles of funk. Take one down, pass it around. 98 bottles of funk on the wall. 11 bottles of funk on the wall, 11 bottles of funk. Take one down, pass it around.
You can turn armor physics off, which I did so I could feel powerful while I went through the game's quote-unquote story mode. The first chapter being against the Knights, which is just 10 rounds of waves after waves before fighting the final boss of the Knights. Yeah, there are bosses in this game, which when you beat them, you get to have their powerful weapons, which I barely use because either they suck or I suck because I don't know how to use them properly. Also, one of the bosses being Chris Mother-Kissing Kringle. Alright, Claus, this is for not getting me what I want for Christmas! Hey, Claus, you see that box? It's just floating up there. What's up with that? Alright, let's finish this. Let's go, Claus! Time to make you dream of gumdrops and sugar Oh. Okay, round 2. Let's go! So I found out stabbing him and leaving the sword in him actually stops most of his attacks because the sword gets in the way. And I did it! I beat Kringle! Alright, you fat bastard, there can be only one! Wait a minute. Okay, let's try this again. There can be only one. Damn it, I whiffed it. Okay. There can be only. Great. Way to play along, Chris. Well, it's safe to say that I actually really enjoyed this game. I actually played it several times throughout the week and recorded way more footage than needed. And while I do like this game, you can just get this on Steam and the PSVR 1. So it's not really a you need to get the PSVR 2 to play this game. So it's going into the it's good, but not a reason to get the PSVR 2 corner. Well, next let's try a horror game. Jurassic World Aftermath. A Jurassic Park or Jurassic World VR game that has to be good. Wow, it really feels like I'm looking right at a Tyrannosaurus Rex. This game was originally made for the Oculus Quest, and from what I understand, it came out incomplete with DLC finishing the story later on. And judging by the hour I played this, yeah, it probably was for the best that this game was incomplete.
I don't believe it. You're meant to come down here and defend me against these characters, and the only one I've got on my side is the blood-sucking lawyer.
Okay, that's a little harsh, but let's start the game. The game starts with you on a plane that looks like it could really fall apart at any moment, flying over the defunct and abandoned Jurassic World because of something that happened. I don't know exactly, typical bureaucrat bullshit, I think.
Hello? Hey Sam, it's Mia. Great timing. I just wanted to check in before landing. Sorry we didn't get a chance to speak at the jetty. And for the, economy travel.
It's a miracle she's still airborne. See that by my feet? You know what that is, Miss Evelyn? That's the sky.
Oh, great. And, why the hell are we doing this? Like, seriously, who the fuck just wakes up one day and goes, oh yeah, that abandoned island full of dinosaurs with no way to escaping? Sign me right the fuck up!
We've got 1 hour to enter the lab and recover the genome.
Mia.
Once the dinghy's loaded, it's straight back for takeoff, scheduled no later than...
Mia.
What?
Look. They're huge.
Pteranodons.
And surprise, surprise, the plane gets attacked by pterodons. You don't have a ticket for this flight. Get out of here, you dirty bird. Yeah, good idea. A parachute. That'll just leave me out in the open with the dino burbs. Oh, well, great. This rust bucket is going to be my tomb. And,
Carlos.
Oh. Well, and it turns out everything went A-okay. Look, even Juan made it, and... Uh-oh. Yep, well, that doesn't sound good. And, yep, that's a T-Rex. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here and watch. Good luck, though. Hi there. Okay, guess I just gotta leave now. So, not surprisingly, this game is a stealth-based game, and the graphics are shell-shaded, which is fine, there's nothing wrong with it. It probably helps with motion sickness and stuff. Also, if it was realistic as possible, it probably would have been 50 times more scary. So anyway, let's just head on to the arena, and oh look, it's a dinosaur! Wow, that's amazing!
Oh yeah, that's how it always starts. But then later there's running and screaming.
Alright, looking around, a lot of these doors are locked. Yep, this isn't concerning at all. Exploring the dino-infested, excuse me? So we get called up by Mia, who somehow survived, and she helps us get farther and farther into the facility. Oh look, a hidey hole. I'm sure that won't come in handy later. Just in case. Eventually, we meet up with the game's antagonists, the Raptors. See, this is what I mean. Why does anybody want to go here? Well, you gotta face your problems head on, so let's just go give this dino a taste of righty and lefty. Hey, you overgrown turkey, get over here. I'm gonna give you the good old 1-2 and...
Was that the bite of 87?
Well, that didn't work out. And yeah, that's the extent of this game, I believe. I played about 30 more minutes, which just really consisted of me sitting around waiting for the raptors to walk by their linear paths and activating sound speakers to distract them. I heard that the raptor AI was supposed to be like the alien from Alien Isolation, but
that was a fucking lie.
I even did the you can't see me to intimidate the raptors. And it worked. But yeah, they seem to go on a certain path and immediately hear you if you aren't crouching, which, come on, this is complete bullshit. And it's a you get caught, you lose type of stealth game. Yeah, I'm done. If I'm ever going to a dinosaur-infested island, the first thing I'm taking is a gun so I can shoot myself when everything inevitably goes to shit. So let's move on to a good horror game, Resident Evil 8, which got a VR mode on day 1. A PSVR 2 exclusive as well at that. And my god, this game was great. I played it like 3 hours of it. Now, I won't go too far into the story because I did plan on reviewing this game sometime later in the year, but I will tell you about my journey a little bit. We start with our wife reading our child Rose to sleep, who, even in VR, is a creepy looking baby. And we just have to take her to bed, which of course means I'm looking around the entire house. This is so immersive, even with abusive spouse in VR.
Don't get too close to me when I'm cooking, babe.
Woman, you need to work on that anger. One of the problems I definitely have with this game is that you're kind of railroaded during the cutscenes, which is completely understandable. I don't know how you could have done it differently, but sometimes when Ethan is on the floor and you're standing, it looks like you fell through the floor. So, anyway, after putting Rose to bed, we have a nice dinner with our totally real, 100% actual, genuine wife, who argues with us about stuff that happened in Resident Evil 7.
It happened so...
Whoops, dropped my spoon, honey. Let me just go get that. Don't worry though, I'm still listening. Keep talking. Dear, did you forget to pay the electric bill? Honey, why did a bullet just pass by my head? Oh god, you're getting Sonny Chlorioned. Well, that put a damper on dinner. Oh look, it's Chris Redfield.
What the hell?
Sorry, Ethan.
No!
Do you think you got her, bro? So Chris takes our daughter and knocks our ass out before we wake up on the road somewhere. And I did skip some cutscenes, mostly because I already played it, and my god, you're just standing there for these cutscenes and doing nothing. So let's just explore the creepy dark with our flashlight, and my god, the lighting in this game is fantastic. The light actually works too. You can see ahead of you. It's not like most horror games where you can't see past your nose. So we walk around for a bit, meet an old man who helps us practice our right to bear arms, and unfortunately he has to step out for a second. Then we meet one of the locals who shows us the town greeting. And we're introduced to combat. Again, they redid the combat for VR. Now you can dual wield items, like a gun and knife, or 2 guns. Plus, you aim with the controller, and since the VR controllers have the adaptive triggers, it almost feels like you're actually pulling on triggers. One thing I don't like though is that the enemies just latch and grab onto you, and you can't do anything except watch when they start biting you, which has always been my problem with these games. Like, I have a knife, why can't I just stab them repeatedly when this happens? Oh, what? Seriously? You're just gonna hide in there like a bitch? Well, not if I have anything to say about it. Come here. Stop being a bitch and take your medicine. Next part was the it doesn't matter if you die in this part because the game moves on. So I just ran around not wasting bullets and collected stuff, while also giving them the good old 1-2. Then we meet Rita Repulsa, who definitely has no point in this story whatsoever, and I can practically smell her through the headset.
Hey, wait. Do you mean Rose? Is she here?
Rose! Rose, yes.
Yes.
Reloading is immersive too. When you reload, all you have to do is take the magazine out, put a new one in, pull back the slide, and you're golden. Or you can just do what I figured out, that the knives are infinite and you can throw them. No more wasting ammo on collecting gems you can't reach. Just throw your knife up until you get it. No need to worry about wasting bullets when knives are a good substitute. Okay, maybe you need guns sometimes. Well, here, family of two, perhaps you could use some knives. Go ahead, there's enough for all of you. Oh no, she locked me out. Let me in, let me in. It's okay, I just gotta jam the knife into the lock and I can explain. You still gotta examine stuff in VR, which I found to have been a little bit of a problem with the VR controls, but other than that, it's fine. I played this up until I got into the castle of the big lady that everybody likes, and her daughters. And walking around the big mansion smashing all of her stuff is fun. The basement, it was super immersive with sound and lighting. I like shooting the shotgun, that was fun.
I've got a shotgun. Chris Redfield.
And while I thought the bosses were going to be a pain, they weren't actually. Of course, they were just mini-bosses, so it could have also been that. Okay, she's freezing up, time to hit her with my ult. Again, I only got till near the end of the castle, so I don't know how the rest of the game fares, but I think it's safe to say that the quality probably doesn't drop at all. Although that baby part might be really scary in VR. You know the one. I had a blast with the little bit of time I had playing this, and I will definitely get back into this game to complete it in VR. Word of advice though, if you do play this in VR, I would start with the easiest difficulty and then work your way up until you get used to it. Next game, Gran Turismo, another VR mode for PSVR 2, and I completely regret buying this game. Yeah, it's immersive. Yeah, the lighting is great. Yeah, racing in VR is great. You can see the inside of your car and everything. Even with a showcase, not just in the races. Wow, it really looks like I'm in a 1941 Lincoln Continental. But this game is boring. First, it forces me to do the stupid music rally race thing, and I don't know why. I failed, but could play the game anyway. And then you're stuck in with an unskippable, yes, unskippable 7.5 minutes of the game jerking itself in front of you. Like, yeah, look at all these cars you could be driving, but you can't. And also, you gotta remember to go shut that off in the options, because apparently it's going to do this every time. Then you're stuck with this fucking tutorial on how to use the world map. And you're stuck with choosing one of 3 starter cars. All of which, wow, don't these just look like great fucking racing cars? You're stuck on this linear fucking path of having to do everything the game tells you to do. Not counting that stupid relay race thing from the beginning, it took me about a total of 20 minutes before I could actually race in a fucking racing game. Racing in a car I don't want, in a color I don't want, and as far as I know, you can't change the fucking colors. I had to compete for races to get cars that I don't want, to fill up a catalog that I don't want to do, for a douche in a cafe of racers in the middle of a fucking jungle. And you know what your reward is for getting 3 compact Japanese cars? Well, you get a quest that makes you have to listen to this guy talk about Japanese compact cars. Fan-fucking-tastic. Yeah, I know it's basically story mode, and yeah, in story modes you have to go and unlock stuff and go through stuff. But in a racing game, I should be able to go to a regular racing mode. Pick a car I want, choose the color I want, and race with that car. I shouldn't have to jump through all of these hoops to unlock a bunch of cars I don't want and won't even use, because why would you choose anything that's less than the highest performance points? I can't customize them unless I pay for parts, and just parts, again, I can't even change the color until later on in the game. Or you can purchase the car you want with real money, because the money you win in the game is 1, arbitrary at best and means nothing, and 2, is at a slow rate of gain to entice you to use your wallet. Yeah, I'm done with this game, and I'm probably never going to touch it again, so that was $70 well spent. If you already have this game, yeah, maybe try it at least once, but don't go out of your way to buy this game just to play it in VR. Okay, quick lightning round to speed things up a bit. Next game, Runner. I want to say a roguelike, but I couldn't find much about this game writing this a review. But hey, it's got Spike Spiegel in it.
Ada, you said we had time.
Crackdown started sooner than we thought. I thought we had at least another 26 hours, but since going radio silent, something changed.
You ride a motorcycle through a dystopian anime world being chased by robot cops, and you collect power-ups and shields, and you drive while dodging cars, shooting with your guns, or using the sword beam, which is always a welcome addition, and I suck at this game. This game is really, really hard, which makes me think that this is a roguelike, because like most roguelikes, I end up getting pissed off and hating playing this. Seriously, I only played this game for like 30 to 40 minutes, and all I really did was drive down a tunnel and fight robots and then died and had to restart. But hey, the visuals are nice. If you think you like it, then it might be worth a shot. Next two games I'm gonna kinda bundle together. Unplugged and Drum Rock VR. You start Unplugged with this poster of a live-action Danny Sexbang impersonator talking to you.
Whoa! Where am I? What am I doing and who am I? Oh my god, I'm trapped.
And yep, skipped all his dialogue. Unplugged is an air guitar game. You hold your controllers up like you're holding a guitar and strum along. Now, because this game uses music, I can't play the actual sound, but here's a quick non-copyright length taste. And yeah, this is a solid game. Rhythm games like this and Beat Saber are great for VR, I found. There's 2 buttons to strum, which makes sense since there's only really 2 triggers on the control stick. And they probably could have used the 2 buttons on the top, but it's not that big of a deal. It also seems that the L1 button on the side seems a little wonky. See, when I got to the solo bits, you have to mash both the L2 and the L1 button, and sometimes it wouldn't register that I put the button down. And how did I know this was going to have Freebird in it? And of course I played it. The solo is amazing. It's a shame you have to go through about like 5 minutes of a song that's not that good before you get to the solo. And also after a while, I did break a sweat playing the songs. Especially Freebird, that solo is 4 minutes long. And after each song, you electrocute the crowd like Palpatine. To also raise up your fan points, you also have to catch brawls coming at you. That and some dude's underwear, ill. All the while, this guy makes a bunch of comments.
I bet you are ready to play solos like a virtuoso. When you encounter these notes, just move your fingers like crazy. Like you do when you play air guitar in the shower. I've seen you doing that. Don't ask me how. By the way, your neighbor called. Keep that shit down, dude.
And even though he is basically 2D, he's still kind of live action, which is kind of cool for the VR. You collect fans, which you can use to buy guitars and guitar picks, and as you go on, you unlock bonus albums. And there's even a leaderboard. And look, I got #1 on this song. Granted, no one else played it at the time, but who cares? I'm #1, even if it's by default. Default, default, default. And the other game, Drum Rock, it's basically the same. But instead of a guitarist that is having one of the wildest trips ever, you're a drummer who gets sent to hell to fight demons with your drums. Again, can't really play the music, but here's a taste. Game's very simple as well. You just hit the correct colored drums when the colored demons reach the line. Unfortunately, I noticed there was a problem with my drumsticks where it wouldn't really hit the drum sometimes, but other than that, these games were both really fun. Until Beat Saber makes its way to VR2, I will definitely be playing Unplugged very often. But, like Beat Saber, you guys are going to have a good library of songs, especially on console where you can't mod songs in. Like, seriously, Beat Saber? Skrillex? Who the hell is still listening to him in the 2020s?
My apologies to all Skrillex fans. Please listen to actual music, it's not too late.
Star Tenders, created by Yogs Games. This game was a definite fun time. It reminds me a bit of Job Simulator, but it has like an actual story to it. It starts with you at your desk with possibly the worst keyboard ever made. And a quick word of advice, this is a standing game. I sat through the beginning of the tutorial and that was a huge mistake. Anyway, you get suddenly abducted by aliens.
Welcome to the Star Tenders Academy Intergalactic Internship. I am Riley, your Academy liaison, and I am delighted to inform you that your application was head and tentacles above the tens of others we received this cycle.
Gameplay is very simple. You're a bartender, you give the customers a thumbs up to get the order, clean the glass, then make the drink with a variety of options. And despite it being very simple, this is a very fun time that I had a blast playing. And like Unplugged, this was also a good game to move around and be active with, in my opinion, because you're in a small area and it only tracks your headset position. So you can step to the side and move around, or do what I did and do a little dance. A simple drink, no problem. Here you go, enjoy. Cleaning drinks is fun. Oh, this is dirty. How are you? Sure, I do have that. What is that? Okay, this is it. And freeze it. Enjoy.
Where did you learn that?
Here you go. Ooh, this looks good. Let me give it a taste. Hey, check this out. Drinks out, and shit, it spilled into the clean cups. Here you go, sir. Oh wait, I think I gave you too much. There you go, enjoy. You know what? Let me just drink what's spilled into this cup. That'll be fine. Oh, hey, how can I help you? Oh, as it turns out, I have a clean glass right here. Check this out. Oh man, frozen drinks incoming. Look at this, like a blizzard. Oh man. Here you go. Hey, sir, last order of the day. No problem, I can do that. I wonder what this tastes like. Oh, wow, that was a... Here's your drink, sir. This is definitely a simple, quick, and easy game that feels like it only takes a few hours to complete, and in my opinion, is really worth the time, but also available for the PS4, so it's not quite in the have to get it for the PSVR 2 category. But I would be lying if I said I'm never going back to this. Hell, I played this again later on in the week and got some crab hands. Next game, the only free game I found for the VR. Cactus Cowboy, a game made by one person. Well, let's see how it is.
Are you winning, son?
Gramps, you've been in Bug War 2, haven't you?
Yes, but that's a very long time ago.
So this game is about an alt World War II where Cactus fights bugs? Okay, and this is all told by this dad cactus telling his cactus son about the Cactus War. So we go through the first few minutes of basic training and let's go to war. Uh-oh, we're storming the beaches. Alright, I'm going in! Ah, you bug bastards! You got it, Sarge! Ah, and I died. Okay, let's be honest here. This game is free and made by one person. So for a free game that's made by one person, it's okay. The gunplay feels nice. The humor is there somewhere. Unfortunately, it's held back by a lot of problems. Mainly, it's too loud, the worms seem to take almost an entire clip to kill, and ammo is very scarce. Plus, if you die, you have to replay the whole level, I think. Again, because it's made by one person, I don't want to judge it too harshly. Honestly, it's not even offensively bad. I've played worse. But I didn't even get through the second level, unfortunately. The sound was starting to give me a headache, and I was running out of ammo with the enemies seemingly endless. I'm probably never going to play this again. Alright, let's play a game that's not loud or will give me a headache, but an actual sweet game. The Tale of Onogoro. We are a spirit from our world sent to this world by a priestess to help save her world from an edgelord over here, and also his monsters, which are plaguing this land. Meanwhile, we're accompanied by this lady.
Are you Akami?
Hello. Lady, you okay? You seem to be missing some parts. Actually, she lost these parts to power up the monster bosses. And she's chained up to this stone, so she can't walk around with us, which I originally thought she was going to.
Incredible. I can hardly believe you have never used the celestial weapons before.
But no, you have to lift it up with these guns-looking things.
Now, move your arms to place the coring stone before the Sakafune stone.
You okay? You still with us? Thinking really hard, ain't you?
Masatake Arakida has locked me in this place.
Oh boy, this is so interesting. I'm totally not spacing out. What was the question?
Oh, right. In that spectral form, you cannot use your voice. If yes, nod your head up and down. If no, shake your head side to side.
No.
I will ask once more. Please, help me to defeat Masatake.
No.
Please, do not be so cold. I do not have anyone else I can turn to. I implore you, you.
Well, when you put it like that, no.
Oh, right. In that spectral form, you cannot use your voice.
What? She just restarted the questions?
Your head up and down.
Yeah, she did.
If no,
there you go,
shake
folks.
your head
If you don't get the
side.
answer you want, just repeat the question like you never heard them.
Ask once more.
Alright, whatever. Yes, I guess.
I will never forget your kindness. Shall I begin praying?
No.
I see.
Did I just soft lock the game? Okay, go do the thing. Go do it. Go get it. You, go turn this thing on or whatever it is you do. Little anime girl, are you even listening to me? And uh-oh, it's now a horror game. I need you to understand me. Let's get a move on. There isn't even any music. It's just extremely awkward now.
Are you ready?
Yes!
Very well. Let me begin.
Ah, fresh air.
We can leave this
See you later, suckers. Ha ha ha! Freedom! Oh. This game is a very, very simple puzzle game. You have to use these guns you have to absorb elements and then shoot them at things. There is also combat in the game, but I use that term loosely. It's mostly puzzle combat, except maybe the bosses. You share health with this girl, so if you take damage, she takes damage, and vice versa, because she's what's keeping you into this world. And to heal, we have to do the most lewd of actions. Holding hands. But overall, in the hour I played, despite the simplicity, I really enjoyed it, and I will probably go back to finishing it. And your girl companion isn't really annoying at all, which is a plus. It would have sucked having to travel around this game if she was. And I'm not gonna lie, the game got me to care about her just a little bit as well. Although that probably means she's either going to die at the end or she's the villain in disguise.
Akane's souvenirs. They're all closed. If only we were here during more peaceful times. Please, take my hand. And lend me the power to break this barrier.
Put them there. Secret handshake time. Flappy fish. Let's shake on it. Go team. But again, it's also for the PS4 and the PC, so it's on the good, but you don't need a PSVR 2 to play it section. Moving on, let's get some multiplayer games in here. First off, Pavlov, a team-based multiplayer game with realistic weapon handling. And man, I suck at this game. It's kind of like a Counter-Strike VR game, and I think teamwork is needed, but for some reason, either no one will listen to me or my mic doesn't work. Which, I tested it, it does work, but maybe I did something wrong on this game specifically. But hey, did you know that this game is named after Pavlov's house? A fact that they keep telling me every loading screen for some reason. Alright, first let's learn how to play the game. Well, I got my gun, let's see if I can shoot myself and...
Not again.
Yep, they were right. Gunplay is very realistic. Every detail is in there, even using the grenades. Let's see, you pull the pin, cook the grenade, and you got it. Oh, man.
Let's try that again.
Oh, God, that poor bastard.
Press R2.
Okay, throw the grenade. Damn it. So, the first game mode I played was a TTT mode, a classic mode in Garry's Mod. It's very simple. There's traitors and innocents. Unfortunately, it runs into the same problem with Garry's Mod. You need friends to play this, otherwise it's always going to end with people shooting each other and it becomes not fun. Plus, I'm an idiot because I clearly didn't see the detective icon right there and thought this guy was a traitor.
There was a misinput. Calm down! You calm the fuck down! There was a misinput!
Oh my fucking god.
I'm not that smart. Plus, I think being a PSVR 2 game, there isn't a whole lot of players on it, at least when I was playing it. Maybe down the line there will be more, and you should definitely try this game if you like shooters. And I especially like the World War II mode, although people only played on the bridge level apparently, and again, it was hard finding a server that wasn't completely full or completely empty. Next game, Zenith The Last City, a VR MMO of sorts, and I couldn't really get into this. I'm sorry, I tried, but I don't know if I'm ever going to come back to this. I only played for like 30 minutes. Maybe it was because I picked the fighter. If I like picked the range guy, maybe I would have enjoyed it a little bit more, but probably not a whole lot. The story begins with an introduction, and I'm bored.
Darkness that enveloped the land and created the fracture.
The artwork is good, and it's very anime-like, but the story is just kind of lame.
You better go find her.
Hey kid, good to see you. Better get a move on.
The beginning starts you out with a tutorial, and this goes on for a long time. I like that you gotta wave the people to get quests in. And I don't like how that the health cookie is right here, so I always accidentally pick it up when I'm trying to grab my sword. In combat's okay, you have to actually swing to hit, and you have a cooldown where you do less damage feature. Voice acting, it could be way better, I think, but hey, at least there's voice acting in this.
Now, let's see you do some cadence attacks against a training dummy.
After several combat tutorials that seem to go on forever, we have to go get oranges for this guy. And there's a glide, which is cool, but I couldn't really get it to work properly. But climbing in this game was fun. I like that every surface seems climbable. Well, so far, life at the academy seems okay. Let's go turn in this fruit so we can eat. Huh. Well, that was kind of weird, and uh-oh.
I don't have much time. Listen carefully, kid. We are under attack from an exiled army. I can guide you out of there.
Wait, why are we under attack? What the hell's going on? Yeah, this is around the time that this game lost me. And there's this guy, and then you're out of here. And I think we're on the main world? I played for about 15 more minutes exploring. Overall, it felt kind of shallow and boring. I saw other players, but they didn't seem to want to interact with me. But I also think that this game has crossplay, so if you had a group of friends, this might be worth your time. It's not worth mine, though. Like most MMOs, I find myself getting bored of them really quickly, and it's probably because I play alone mostly. Maybe in the future I'll come back to it, but probably not. These final two games I had the most fun with. One of them is probably going to be obvious why. But before that one, let's play Cosmonious High, a game created by the guys who made Job and Vacation Simulator. And these guys know how to make a VR game, it seems. We start as a new student, being a species that the first one of our kinds to attend school. I think the guy says this.
Species, Prisme. Special ability, spontaneous adaptation in times of need. Number of Prisme currently enrolled at Cosmonious High? 1!
And since I don't know if we're enrolled yet, I don't know if there's like another student or not. So we choose our appearance, and there's a mirror that we can see ourselves in, which is always awesome. And we also customize our look, complete with 3 different backpacks we can choose. Yeah, I'm just gonna take everything, and we're off to school.
Please insert the authorization key to initiate launch.
Uh-oh, wait! The key's floating over there. Try pointing at the key to start.
Wait, where's the bus driver? Why do I have to fetch the keys?
That was great. Just do that, but with the key. Think about it like playing catch, but with yourself.
Okay, got the key, keys in, let's go to school.
Authorization all set.
Good thing old Intercom is driving. Have fun at school!
Well, that doesn't really sound good. Uh-oh, there's a fire. Oh, great. I'm gonna die here. Well, at least I have my cookies and, Is this the Beyond? Our species is called a Prisium, I think, which means we adapt to get past most stressful situations, which gives me the water ability to put out the fires. We also meet Fren, where I immediately start snooping in her locker and steal all of her stuff.
Here when you're ready, new kid.
Yeah, I'll be right there. I'm taking this, what's this, an art book? I'm just gonna do you a favor and get rid of this. Oh, look, a nerd. Time to bully for no reason.
What else can you do? Is, that it?
Hello.
Oh, hey.
Ooh, what's that? Is this yours? Can I eat this? Nope. Alright, well. Hey, you look thirsty. Have a drink. Oh, hey, what's that?
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Trading cards, sweet. You want a cookie? Here, Zip, take this.
Thanks. Should I do anything with it?
Yes, you wear it, Queen, or King, whichever you wish. They might be my favorite. But a lot of these characters are fun. I like the emo blob that has the music blasting in his headphones the whole time.
Appreciate introductions, friend. Class begins when all students need desks.
And Specs, I love her, honestly.
Oh, hey! The new kid is here. I'm Specs. We've got Visualitics together.
And we've got Kamosophy. I can introduce you to everyone. Or you can just give them a wave.
I like waving at people just to see what they say.
So this game, if you couldn't tell by the title, you go to school and take classes. It's even complete with horrible teachers who can't seem to do their fucking jobs.
Clear is fixed.
What have you done? It's okay, Professor. We can still... No. Art is cancelled. The vibe is ruined. I'm finished with this nonsense.
This game promotes completing tasks with creativity, and there are different ways to completing those tasks because of it. So with that and the colors and art style, this game I found very relaxing and a nice time. Even if it's only a few hours long, I'm probably going to be completing this in full. Each class you have a set of tasks with different students and also side jobs around the schools to help get tokens.
Specs? Yep. Can you introduce our Prismy to the 4 basic blob techniques?
Sure. I love blobs. Okay, let's start with... Oh no, hold on. Wait right here. Okay, so your new crystal power thingy, can you use it to repair my sword? Here, take it. Just hand it back when you're done.
New sword, you got it. I'm gonna make this baby huge for you to crush your enemies. No one will be able to defeat you, here you go. You know what? A small sword is what you really need. Alright, you go get them.
This is a sword. Prismy swords are weird. Thanks. Oh boy, that did not work at all. This could get dicey. Can you use your crystal power to make my shield bigger?
Alright, here you go, 1 shield. Those that oppose this shield will yield.
Round?
Unless, you know, it's a plane, a bomb, or maybe some ice.
This is a shield.
You like to point out the obvious a lot. Seriously, what are you looking at?
Nope, not good. One more idea. Let's try a crown. Can you draw it on me? I'll hold really still.
Okay, a crown. Let's make this a big crown. Oh, wait. Hold up.
The Doom Father's thirst for destruction is sated, and the path is sealed.
Which is good, because we really need him guarding the 16th dimension.
Yeah, she might also be my favorite. You can also use your ability to do other stuff. Like with the water mixed with this paint, you shoot paint everywhere. This is going to be a snap. Teacher, I know this looks bad, but I can explain. Although I don't know if the developers thought this part through. This game is a definite recommendation if you have a VR headset, but it's not a PSVR 2 exclusive, so it goes into that corner. The last game isn't exclusive either, but I was looking forward to playing this. Be honest, was there any doubt I wasn't going to play this Star Wars VR game? Star Wars Tales of the Galaxy Edge was a game for the Quest 2 VR headset about 3 years ago. And since I didn't want to get the Quest 2, I was stuck waiting till now to play this. You're a droid engineer doing a delivery job for this guy. And I don't know why you're the only crew member besides this droid, but so far this is fun, exploring this freighter in space. I never had so much fun doing paperwork. In space. Huh, unknown cargo?
Yeah. You ever have one of those times when a cloaked trader in the corner of a dimly lit cantina pays you a lot of credits to transport 2 special packages? This is like that. But we're certainly not smuggling them. But we're probably also not smuggling them. Just get them planet-side.
Well, that sounds like something you should have disclosed when I first got this job, asshole! Fine, whatever. I'm sure whatever's in there isn't dangerous. And oh look, pirates!
Hullbridge, get to the crate I've marked. There's a pistol stowed inside.
I'll drop the blast door behind you.
Why didn't I have a pistol to begin with? Okay, got my blaster. Time to fight back. And oh great, it's these fucking losers from the 7th movie.
Tell that to Kanja Club.
They picked the wrong ship. I'll show these pirates what.
Oh no, not the droid I just met.
Hi. Hello. Look, the First Order is paying a small fortune for a piece of your cargo. And lucky you, we're here to claim it. But eventually, it's always, oh, there you are. Blam, blam. Dead. Or option 2. You just put your hands up. It's pretty easy. Just like this. I give up, Tara. See?
And like that, I'm never gonna take you seriously. Good job, writers. So now I gotta release all the cargo.
We aren't your average raiders, little deckhand. You're tangling with the Guavian Death Gang. Means you should ask yourself, is one piece of cargo really worth it?
Yeah, anyone who has to name their group the Death Gang is a group of losers. And seriously, I'm fairly certain I can take all of you guys out. That didn't seem like a big of a ship. How many of you could there be? Alright, I released all the cargo boxes and, ooh, that doesn't look good. Escape pod! Gotta go to the escape pod! Already, this game has more action in it than the Vader Immortal game, which I probably should talk about one day. Anyway, we reach the escape pods and go down to the planet. Can't wait to see where we land and how I fight my way back to civilization. Oh, I'm just at a cantina now? Well, alright then. Hey, barkeep, I want a drink. Give me a drink. You're not gonna give me a drink, are you? Alright, well, how about you give me all your credits nice and slow?
Okay, where to start? Let's see. Oh, the first one I'll tell you was about a Jedi Padawan?
This game was a blast. I played this 3 different times while getting footage. You explore the planet, have tons of shootouts, and I don't like how the blasters run out of ammo, but you can buy a recharge belt that'll recharge your blasters, so it quickly becomes a non-issue. You also collect miniature droids, because let's face it, this whole game was just one big advertisement for the Disney park. But honestly, I was expecting this to be like 3 hours long max with a lame linear story. Just like Vader Immortal, but there's a ton of stuff to do. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think they added stuff since it released 3 years ago. Like this guy who tells you stories, which I think was one of the DLC. Like this story about IG-88, who you also play as during this story.
In case you haven't noticed, this outpost ain't the classiest of joints. You see it every day, in every alleyway, sometimes even in my own bar. The galaxy's worst scum. But every once in a while, you can find good in the most unlikely of places. Because even the fearsome Anuba can change in stripes. But there was one, well, he was the worst of them all. IG-88, a Class 4 assassin droid and one of the top bounty hunters in all of known space. Merciless. Unstoppable. But maybe, just maybe, not irredeemable.
No, IG-88 was pretty irredeemable. He wanted to exterminate all organic life. I think my biggest problem with this side story is that they keep suggesting that IG-88 is turned good.
The infamous IG-88 had a change of heart, too.
My ventricular piston chamber is an unalterable mechanism. Your death is incentivized by credits.
Oh, ain't that just perfect? This blinking sensor is telling me you overrode my override.
Affirmative. Your demise is imminent. Once again.
Some turning over a new leaf, you still got a real cold-blooded style, droid.
Which, no, he hasn't. He's a bounty droid. He took the job for the credits. Although, IG-88 himself is hilarious.
When I'm done with you, Jawas won't even be able to salvage anything from your worthless carcass. I'm gonna send bits of you back to your makers. in a nice little package.
Impossible. I killed my makers shortly after activation.
And another lame thing is you don't even get to kill the bounty target. His own stupidity does that.
Down.
But the only thing stopping me from fully recommending this game is probably the price tag. Most of the VR games were around like 20 to 30 bucks. This game was $50, which is the second most expensive game I bought, with Gran Turismo being the most expensive. But once this game's on sale, it'll definitely be worth it if you like Star Wars. Although playing this game makes me wish we had like a full open world Star Wars VR game to play. Like we can be different characters going around the galaxy, like a smuggler or a bounty hunter or even a stormtrooper or rebel fighting on several planets. If you made a VR Star Wars game like Galaxies, I would buy that in a heartbeat. Just don't set it in the sequel trilogies, set it in like the original trilogy. Or a Clone Wars VR game, that would be pretty cool. Well, that was my look at the PSVR 2 at launch. And was it worth it? Well, the only actual exclusive game that wasn't just a VR mode add-on was Call of the Mountain. Well, that and Fantavision, but I didn't get it, and from what I heard, it's not worth the $30 asking price. And yeah, Resident Evil 8 is a PSVR 2 exclusive, but again, it's not a VR game. It was a free mode that, while great and probably my third or second favorite game from this list, if you played Resident Evil 8 before, it's the same game, just in VR. That being said, if you do get the PSVR 2, you should definitely play that. But I'm sure it's going to be on PC soon enough. But I don't think $550 is worth it, especially with a lot of these games you probably already have on PC. Luckily, a lot more games will be coming out in the coming year, and the price should definitely be going down. Once it's about like $350 or less, I would say it'd be worth it. Once more good exclusive games start coming out for this headset might even be worth like $400. But definitely not worth more than the console itself. Also, sorry I didn't fully review all these games, I just wanted to do a quick look at them. If you want me to do a full review on any of these games, let me know down in the comments. I spent a lot of money on this, so do expect more VR2 game reviews out in the future. If I could change anything about this headset, it would probably be to port Skyrim VR into this. It would probably be a lot better than the PSVR 1's version. And also, when you're not in a game, you kind of just look at like a flat screen that kind of just floats there. It would be really cool if you could have like it set up to be like in a home theater or something, like have a virtual movie theater when you're watching something. That way it's a little bit more immersive. This is so immersive, it feels like I'm in an actual movie theater. Hey, what movie are we watching?